Good evening and welcome to the stream. I'm just setting up to drive this truck here. It's Mac Anthem, going from Holbrook to Socorro. Let's get this journey started.
Let's do this.
Got a 10 speed and it's a while since I've driven a 10. I'll work our way to get out of here. And I've just screwed up. Typical, isn't it? Right, so let me swing round. Get round out of here. I'm not abandoning this load because that will cost me a lot of money. And I cannot back with these on for toffee, so you haven't seen this. You've gone blind and deaf like me.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Yes, woman. You'll get moving. How are we all this evening?
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
There we have it. About 18 ton of silica on board. We're going from Holbrook, Socorro, and then from there it depends where the jobs are. Yes, and I know if anybody watches the beginning of this back, I did cheat. Didn't very often you see me do that.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Is it? I know my thumbnails and description's a bit mixed up, but the guy was gonna let me go then. But my head's mixed up most of the time, but if you know me, you'll know that. Look at the outside of the truck. And I'll see if I can find one mod truck up we're in at some point. Well, hopefully we've got a bypass. the light was green, so to bypass reds you have to stop in the little displays if you didn't know. I finally added a 12-speed manual layout. Into the profile, so if we do get any 12 speeds I can drive them in manual now if I wish. Because our drive range split if you haven't worked that one out normally. There's nobody in to pick jobs. It's a bit of a job pick if there's enough of you in willing to do it, but if you're not, you'll just drive what I pick. And I did a race stream on Twitch last week and I ended up doing a special transport job. What you doing 40 for? What you doing 40 for? 40 is the speed limit on the special transport jobs, and I drive to speed limits where I can. So we may need fuel on this job. First time I've done one of these quick jobs that needed to get fuel with. And I don't think we'll get any more than about 75 out of this, it being a little engine, 10-speed gearbox. 193 and 168 to go, but I think I will fuel up somewhere. And that'll be a lot of me getting fuel. We'll see how far we can get without fueling. doing Robin Nickers's mega sound pack for the default truck, so that's why maybe sound a little bit different. What normally sound like.
Keep right.
I'll see what scrapes and problems we can get ourselves into tonight in this stream. Didn't have a very good start, but we didn't damage the truck or the trailer, I hope. Now I've changed the bit rate, so it may look a bit better, it may not to you, slightly.
Keep left.
I've got 27 miles left to go. And then we'll see where now I'll see where there's jobs from some soccer roll.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
So truck's nearly empty, so we'll fill it up for the next driver that takes it, because you never know, it could be us on a rare occasion. Doesn't cost us anything out of us bank account, so you might as well when they need it. Pardon me.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
See what we can get tonight, and then see if we can getting borderline that we're getting close to being able to afford an entry level truck, so I may do that or I may leave it a bit longer. Not likely to be a straight liner when I do. I'm jumping off at Union Pacific or Rail Export, whatever you want to call it.
Get ready to turn right.
Down here.
Caution, please mind the speed limit. Turn right, and then turn left. Turn left. This is where it ends.
I'm gonna do it right occasion. Yep. That's first load delivered somewhat clumsily. And then we'll get on and pick another one in a minute. So I've got 130,000 at the moment. It's not enough, really. So job market, we're just dropped up in Socorro, which is New Mexico, which is there. Where should we go next? We go to Tucson or Clovis. I think we'll go to Tucson, Arizona, special transport load. I'll just bring that up. While the cutscene's in, because you've seen the turnkey house before and things, and need to alter the gearbox because this trip's 12 and not a 10. Volvo 12 speed. There you go.
Ready to roll.
Should be back anytime soon now. There we are. Yeah, that's gone over okay, it has. Oh, good evening, welcome to the stream if you've just joined. So we're just leaving Socorro. We're going over to Tucson, the turnkey house, on a special transport load.
Go straight on. Go straight on.
I'm gonna try and stream at least maybe
Keep right,
Tuesday
and then turn right.
and at least one other day through the week, evening stream.
Turn right.
And if I get time, maybe not promising out, but there could be the odd weekend stream as well.
Go straight on.
So this is not a short journey actually for one of these, it's quite a long one, but
Caution, please mind the speed limit.
get there. Has any of you driven a 4x2 on ATS yet? Because I never have. There's none in the quick jobs either, so get there with them.
Caution, please mind the speed limit.
That's at 40 and we'll just pull along now till we get it there. Very good truck, the Lone Star, but they're bloody ugly. But they're a good truck though to drive. Do what you want them to do. No bother. less just ticking over. Over 1,000 RPM. And go, go, go. If you are there watching, don't be frightened, just say hello in chat. I do not bite very often. Let's get some funny conversation going. A little conversation starter for you. In the late 1970s, Gracie had a hit with Kitty, and that song was written by Tin Chapman, who wrote a lot of glam rock stuff, and it was reworked and reworded and became a hit. That I consider this a cover version. It's a cover version that's an original in its own right, and Tony Basil Mickey, early 1980s, is the same song just with some words changed. Now there is a few, well, more than a few occasions in pop history that has happened. Or there's been bits in one song it's made a song in their own right. Now, you name me the one song that come out with a couple of verses of Leonard Skinner's Freebird. I can't ever bloody hell remember who it was by. I have to ask somebody with music knowledge that knows that. And the other font of music knowledge isn't in here at the moment. So, do any of you know your 60s, 70s, 80s music in here? Let's have a little debate and a thing in here. Now, I'll admit my age here. I was born in the mid-1970s. Right in the middle, in fact. This'll date me even more. Steve Harley, Cockney Rebel, Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile. Top the charts the week that I was born. So, a lot of years through different circumstances, you know, that when I was younger, listened to a lot of radio and stuff like that. So, but the 60s had a good variety of music in it for different styles and things that come in fashion. But I think the 70s had more, because you had obviously you had the latter end of the flower power things, you had the glam rock, heavy metal, the glam rock was in. The old country was prevalent, then you had the disco, punk, the early days of the new romantic types of music that is a lot now. Music itself, to me, has been stagnant for a lot of years. There's the odd one, so different, but it's all very muchness. Now, a lot of it sounds the same to me, but that might be my age, but there's the odd good one about now, but and then you get your, I don't know how old my audience is, but it's the same with telly. Half the stuff that we watched on kids telly, comedies about the dramas and out there, that because of like Snowflake and generation. Not allowed to show. Faulty Towers was on BBC One last night. I watched it, and I watched it on a DVD. Same episode on DVD box set, and the amount that they cut out of it was being shown it on there is disgusting. Why can't they just give people a warning, leave stuff as it is? It was classic in its own right, it always will be, but it's... I think things with that have gone too far on some things. I'm not condoning racism, sexism or anything like that, it's just any least little bit that hints at it, to cut it out. So, point that things diverse, the more because there ain't enough people of maybe different races, sexuality and stuff. I'm not condoning, not against it or anything. I think people are people and they should live how they want. And too far, like there's they did a new sitcom, had all white straight people in it, they'd be yelling about it, and they said they did another sitcom that was LGBT, general, gender neutral and what have you. There wouldn't be complaints about that. And it was brilliant sitcom in its day, and it still is brilliant. If any of the episodes are still on all four, or you can watch any of it. Brilliant sitcom, 1980s. Starring the late great Norman Beaton is Desmond's. That was one hell of a series, but some of you might not be old enough to remember that being on. Like that, and getting on to sitcoms and comedy, well, what's funny in some of them anymore? Can't do this, they can't do that, and it's just ridiculous. Really is. I think everything needs checking up and then working out actually what's what and things like that with it, and then sorting out. And well, comedy ain't that funny anymore. Comedians not that funny because alright, they don't do this because they offend somebody, they don't do that because they offend somebody, but really, if
Caution.
like certain comments that have been derided in recent years, well actually if to watch some of his stuff, I'm not mentioning any names, he's a big fat man and he was big in the 70s. Oh, and his initials were BM, right? But like that material, well, he was racist, he was homophobic and what have you. But yes, it could be deemed that way, but no. If you watch enough of his stuff, that's why they have to cut a lot of clips of him out until that's why you don't see him much on any old clips or anything. It was actually one of these that was racist. He was, let's say, could be damn racist and homophobic, but was said, but he was one of these comedians that worked with his audience. Well, there's quite a few more of his generation haven't been derided, did the same thing. He insulted everybody equally, yet for certain ones, and then certain ones he insulted that didn't pick up on it. It's like debate and obvious. So, no, if anybody watches this back, people's opinion, I'm not bothered about likes or dislikes on my streams or videos. If you don't like my views, say so. I'll put my point across, you'll put your point across. it's same with films. Now I like the classic action war films and stuff like that. I'm not into rom-coms or much sci-fi stuff. Never have been. But even the things in now with films, I can't do this, I can't do that. Or what have you. Music. Here's a case in point for you, right? There was one song, right in the 70s. If you listen to the lyrics, and I'll tell you who it's by, the song name, Oliver's Army, and it's by Elvis Costello, right? No matter which version's played where, it still has one little less white nigger in it. Now, say, if it put black nigger in that song, it would have been banned. But because he put white in front of it, it's not deemed as racist. But in my eyes, it could be racist, that song. But the connotation is, if the word is used in one sense, it isn't racist, but if it's used in another, it is. So that should be equal to this. And it's same as, right? I don't care if I offend anybody here, but I do not agree with BLM movement. I do not agree with that at all, because they are actually, to me, they're using racism to fight racism with. Because really, all lives matter. It shouldn't matter the colour of your skin, what race you are, sexuality you are, what your beliefs are, anything like that. It's all lives matter. So why they're just highlighting one which is deemed racist? If somebody come up with a counteracting movement, white lives matter, it would be banned straight away, derided, because it uses the word white in it. And it'll be them lot that's complaining about it. So why can't we mourn at their movement? I'm not saying that they have a cause, because everybody should be treated equally these days. Everybody should, not just the one way or the other. But we get to the stage that before long, that when they're teaching history in schools, they'll be cutting certain bits out. Like they're trying to get certain statues removed of famous figures because there's bought something. Now, here's a contradiction in itself, and you may not agree with it. Lewis Hamilton being a supporter of BLM. Aye, but what hasn't been revealed is, yes, his father was, his ancestors were slaves, but what hasn't been put out is his white mother, ancestors were slave owners. So he's contradicting himself on that one, and I'm sorry if I'm going off on a rant here, but I am. And it's because I've got nothing else to talk about. And I don't see myself as being racist or offending anybody in this stream, because I've just pointed out the certain facts. That if I don't agree with an opinion, they should respect somebody else's opinion, even if they don't agree with it, discuss it and what have you. Now, who can argue with that one? Respect for many foreign nationalities. Self, but well, then you know what good people they are, can be. It's like I won't mention any religions here, because I've got religion on this channel, but there's certain religion that say they're doing this, that and the other in the name of the God or whatever it's called in their language. And it's very contradictory in the bottom line. The Bible itself is full of bloody violence. But I don't really do religions. Just, as anybody's just respect somebody that believes and what have you, because At the end of the day, we're all human, we all have the same colour blood and what have you, and you never know when they'll be needed, so... There you go. So... one clear is right. So, I want to guess in the world is how many... Ah, no problem, Ray. Oh, bloody hell, why the fuck has that gone to that? Maybe I Love You Away, that's the one that come out of Freebird, but I can't remember it. I think it did anyway, could be wrong. Yeah, so, right, just saying there, right. Does anybody notice how many manufacturers are actually making tape mechanisms these days in the world? Another thing, well, you're right, is right. These days, if you want new hi-fi, you're struggling. You either get real cheap nasty one or real expensive one. There's no middle grounds in them these days. Because people have thought, you know, like Bluetooth speakers now. I had some, used to have some stereo equipment from what they term the golden age, which was the 70s Japanese gear, JVC Technics, stuff like that. Where I had JVC receiver, massive thing, the RS201L. If anybody knows the model numbers on, yes, it's the baby one of that range, but it was bloody powerful where it was. I had that mated up to some, what was it, Mordant short speakers, classic ones.
Caution.
I also had Audex cassette deck. If you don't know what Audex was, I think that was posh Toshiba stuff. But Toshiba was a good brand in its day, and not anymore, but I'll get on to that another stream. Or maybe in this one. Let's see, I have a Technics turntable on it. And I had a Sharp cassette deck. All mixed, but all decent quality stuff. It was just a bitsy system. Wasn't matched at all. Fucking powerful, and it did the job. So if you get some of the radios and that these days and listen to some of the stuff from that was out in the 70s, early 80s stuff, you'll realise what piss poor quality some of the sound reproduction is on the latest stuff, and that's why I think there should be. I know there's resurgence in vinyl these days, so you can get turntables and what have you, and what old stuff still has turntables. It's fetching a premium. I can see cassettes coming back, so I've been through vinyl, I've been through the cassette era, mini disc, CDs, MP3s. So, that, what? that technology's gone, and you're looking at, if you want equipment that'll play that, you're looking at getting second-hand older stuff. Mate, right, and there's another point in here, and this affects TVs as well. Right, here's right. In the old analog days, the days before they brought digital out, right, if you got interference on your radio or your television, yes, your picture was a bit snowy, but you could watch it. You'll get interference on this digital stuff, you cannot, radios, tab, you cannot listen to it because it gets blotting out. And it's the same with television. Now, but in here, yes, 5G is a good advance in internet technology, yes. But they knew what frequency it was going to be on, and I live in an area that, well, they're saying a bit old-fashioned here because I don't think you'll take no notice, but where I live, it's fairly low on the frequencies on the aerial, so we had all our channels between about 20, anywhere between 21 and 36 when it was analog. We had that same frequency in the early days, so and what have you, but since they did a major retune for 5G, our channels now go from 21 up to, and there's some on 55 and some on 56. This is the UHF numbers, by the way, not channel numbers. But since I put some in the higher band, I've lost some HD channels, because even when I have signal on them, I can get 8, 9 on the others, which is fair enough with where I am. But lucky to get signal 1 with quality 25% on the others, and they're unwatchable. So it's just, I think before the rush to go all digital on the telly, they should have made sure that everywhere could receive all the channels in decent quality, instead of just going gung-ho and switching it over to analog. So another thing is, I remember the night that I was switched off,
and then turn left.
I can even tell you which was the last channel to go off in the Tyne Tees area off Billsdale. It was channel 5 was the last to go off. About an hour after the others went off. But 8 hours it took to switch them over.
Keep right, and then turn.
Well, I don't know who you are, but we're on, if it still goes down, alright, yeah, if you go on site's postcode where I live, it comes up that we get it off another transmitter. We don't, because we can't, because it's facing the wrong way for that one. So we get ours direct over the mower. Ours, yeah, Billsdale goes off. It's not planned maintenance work, we know it's going to be off for a fair few hours because they have to hike a couple of miles up to it. And another thing about modern technology is bloody smart meters, right? How many of you got smart meters in your house? I have, but it's dumb. You would have thought when they brought smart meters out, there would have been smart meters out that were compatible with every company, wouldn't you? But oh no, some had to use a slightly different system. So if you change power companies, your meters go dumb. But your power company still applies to read your meter at least once every 12 months. Mine hasn't been read for 18 months, so what does that tell you? And then I've told them we've got smart meters. I've just, oh well, yeah, it'll take so many weeks to switch over, then lockdown and what have you happened. I still haven't got the new smart meters compatible with the bloody meters.
Please mind the speed.
That they're fitted. It's ridiculous that if they want a bollock speeding fine there. Best one of the night. Yeah, it's like Elster, if they want to bring out that bit of smart meters, is they should have made them all use one system, but it didn't matter who you were with. so you could do it, and because I haven't had my mate read for 18 months, my annual review's been done off estimated readings, which I don't agree with. I'm still waiting to hear back from the power company I'm with about this, but they should direct debits up £20 a month. I know that doesn't seem a lot to some people, but when you're only on low income, a very low income like I am, it does affect other things. And it's like if anybody has internet or telephone with any company and you passed your contract or minimum contract term, what's to make the price up? I'm with Virgin, I've been for a couple of years. My contract's due to come to an end. Just before it does, I ring them up and get a deal. But that another thing is that if I want internet to be able to stream with, I have to have Virgin where I am, because what gets me with the telephone exchange up near me, which is, you know, as BT Open Reach, they're run by pack of shite organisation and that lot. Well, I know people have got them and love them. Our exchange is done for it, but they haven't done the bloody wires or anything down to the properties capable. So if we want that, we're going back to about 10, I think it was 10 or 11 download last time I had them, and about 0.8, 0.9 upload, which is just off, which they're classing that as broadband. Bollocks. If they start an area with something, they should do something else. It's all this, and it's like everything else. It's like housing association. If you live in a state where, or a street where a council lives, you get everything done. Yet if you classed as on the same estate as them, like we are classed as some, as an estate where the others are, they all got new rules, all got renewed and what have you. We've had nothing down here. Oh well, we haven't got the budget to do them. I said, well, classed as that estate on repairs, anything else? Ah, but we run out of money. I had to go to the surveyor that was around yesterday checking on outside properties and what have you. I said, I need one bloody point. And I said, where's our new rules and what have you? And said, haven't we got anybody powerful enough living down here? Oh, well, we haven't been able to do much with lockdown. Now, to get an inspector out to look at something in your property, right, this is changed over lockdown and what have you. You can be waiting 8 to 12 weeks now to get an inspector out to come and inspect something if they're deeming it needs an inspector out first. And then you're waiting weeks unless it's dire emergency. Then you might get somebody out of it quicker than that.
Caution, please mind.
Heating services, by law, at rental properties have to be done at least every 12 months. Ours went 14 between. And I blame lockdown for it. Yet they've had the full same heating staff and what have you it's on. It's just sometimes, I know things are hard with lockdown and restrictions and what have you, I can understand that. But when they have to do something by law, why should they bend the law? Yet if you bend the law, you get done for it. The whole world's gone mad, it needs checking up and
keep right,
sorting
and
out.
then turn right. Turn
Can't
right.
tell what I think it's quite funny is I reading papers and say on telly that I'm not millennial generation, you've already worked that one out. But now some of the millennials are starting to rip this and warn about the things that the snowflake generation are doing. It was right. Hey, they all say this, all say that about police and what have you, but right. But certainly case of beer, but we used to have village bobbies and what have you. On the beat and stuff. It was fine. Get law and order, you had respect. But now, you're very lucky if you see them. Kids running riot, police to come out for something, which I haven't had to do for a long time.
Caution, please mind the speed limit.
They either take hours to come or about 8 or 9 of them turn up at once. Now that can mean efficient use of resources.
Go straight on.
I don't know. It's just a modern way, modern life. Don't worry, every stream's not like right. It's just quite chatty and. Want somebody to argue with me? And they won't. But I changed these to an adult, mature audience.
Keep left.
We're going to drop this load off. And we'll see where we end up.
Keep right.
If it's
and
New
then
Mexico
exit
again,
right.
it is.
Exit right. Get ready to turn left.
Oh,
Turn left.
I didn't know it's how to do this out. Right. Put a 12-speed layout into ATS. You open up an ATS profile. Well, yeah. So you open up an ATS2 profile. You click on controls. Then that'll list
Get
all
ready
the
to turn right.
control things there is, gearbox layouts. And then you copy the 12-speed
Turn
layout
right.
that you want, be it ZF, Scania or Volvo. You copy that,
You have arrived at your destination.
and then you
Your route
open
guidance is now
into your
finished.
that's a copy, and you put it in your, then you open up ATS files. You look for the profile which you want to put it in, you click on controls and you just paste it into there, and that will put that layout into ATS on that profile for you. No, I've just put the Volvo one in mine, so do the flammable there. I reckon we are in Tucson. Anyway, I'll leave this up because no doubt I'll have to alter the gearbox layout. I'll find Tucson. There you go. I think we'll a bit of a change of truck. I'll try a mod truck now. There's one available. I know not in the top 3 jobs. Game may crash here, I don't know, because this is the first time that I've tried one on this profile since the game's updated to 140. I think it's the only mod truck I have in. And we'll have to go on to main in here. So if you copy in, paste your gearbox layout into here, as it shows up there, 12 speed, as well as you still have your others what's listed here. That applies if you drive manual. So let's see what...
Okay, here we go.
So we are going... here. The way out it is. I can get that way out. Driving a Freightliner Gorsey. Very nice truck actually, this. Not my favourite cab over model all time. Yes, I prefer these to overfloaters. K100.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Anyway, we'll go over to wherever we're going to. Going to San Diego. This load.
Get ready to turn right.
Ooh, looky there.
Turn right.
Didn't come across that. I won't talk about any sensitive subjects now. So, has anybody heard what's coming in 141 for either of the games? Apart from improved photo mode and...
Keep left.
and what have you. I've seen something that we could be maybe multiplayer. Official multiplayer could be coming quite soon. And I've also seen something about maybe possibility of getting an updated DAF XF. I've seen that on a video and I don't know how right it is.
Go straight on.
I think I might buy one of these and run this round the map for you. I do like these, I always have.
Keep left.
We must have a retarder. In this truck. Yeah, more than enough fuel. We're only very light. Have the old 1 ton load on that they've altered the weight on, more realistic. Amount. I think the clock's working at long last in one of these. As I just sit back and enjoy the ride, it shouldn't take too long. They fly these trucks. Well, they always used to. So if you are watching well to the stream, and don't be too frightened to say hi and what have you. And if you'd like to join a small friendly BTC, providing you are aged over 18, and you can do 6,000 miles in ATS, or 6,000 miles in ETS2, or a combination of them both. You're
Keep
more than
right,
welcome to put your application in. There
exit
should
right.
be a link on the description. If not, it's
Exit right.
www.grantandsons.vtlog.net, and you will need to download a little program called Logit, and the other bit that makes it work, which is just a small Visual Basic type of file, and then register jobs on VTlog, and that's the system we use for recording mileages and things like that. It has its very own economy system in and what have you, so it's like give you on an income for your mileage, what to do, then you get deductions for your fuel expenses if you get damage on, and then paid, so we can do that. We can go on people's profits and losses, we can do weights, fuel economy. That one's a bit of a grey area because some people use realistic like me and other people use game default. Those using game default generally have lower fuel consumption, so compare that and compare people's mileages in single player, in multiplayer, combination of them both. So and there's no such thing on there as race miles either, and it's a lot more comprehensive data than what Truckbooks give you, but no, Truckbooks is a more common one, but we switched over to VTlog quite a while ago now, and we haven't had many problems with it at all. See, Truckbooks is just basically mileage. Real race miles, that's all you get with Truckbooks. With VTlog you get far more. So if you like what you're seeing, please leave a like, share it out on whatever social media you use, and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. The notification will go live or upload next. And your support is appreciated by you being here sometime with me this evening. Yes, you may not agree with my views. If you don't be too frank to say so, because everybody, no matter who they are, has an opinion on something. Now, at one time I was, a few years ago now, did the very first stream, I was nervous to say anything, and that I had somebody reading the chat to me. But now I'm trying to do it all, I'm trying to do things to improve the streams, but my knowledge is only very basic, so I don't ask for much help on things. Anybody for that? Well, I should do, and I might learn how to do more advanced stuff, but it's like just happening is now you can have, it's like particularly with learning, you can learn best of oral instruction. Some people learn best by reading, other people learn by doing. I'm a learn by doing, but sometimes my patience and frustration and that gets the better of me, so I'll give up too easy, but then I may try and go back to it and then persevere. Doing it. But this is life, and if you're unsure of something, never be too frightened to ask anybody that may know to give you a little bit of help. Either do it yourself or assist you in doing it. Just like that, up to a couple of months ago, I couldn't put a truck skin on or a trailer skin. My own. I watched videos. I'm still not perfect at it, and I did learn how I can do it, but I can only do basic ones. And but as I say, if I get more hang of the program and the time, I may do getting thumbnails and things like that. But it's just getting time to do something sometimes, and then being right frame of mind to do it. And else now certain things, and they say everybody has a weakness. Well, I'll tell you what my weakness is: drawing. My drawings are less than 2-year-olds. Yeah, I know how to. I haven't done this for a while. Right, but I know how to do a circle only using straight lines without using a template. Just a pencil and a ruler. I'm not just weighting the ruler down, sticking pencil through a hole if it has one and going around that way. No, I actually know how to do a circle with lines. It's not a skill to brag about, it's quite bloody simple to do, but it's not to do artistic, because I struggled with art and what have you when I was younger, and I'm too cack-handed at a lot of things. Yes, I did go to school regularly. What was a class clown? Because I used to be a class clown, so I didn't have to sit in classrooms with someone I went to school with due to one problem and another. And I was bullied a lot at school as well, which didn't help. A lot of matters bullied in school and out of school. Anybody who went to school was watching this didn't know what I used to go through.
Please mind the speed.
You'll get it now, because basically the brothers was late being, well, Tissy was very bad tempered, he's a scruffy smelly bugger, but that's the way he is. And Dad was saying brush, or if he does shout at anyone, he's like, shut up. Oh, well, you say, yeah, I'm having that to do with it. If you've got a problem, you sort it out with him. I'm like that now. But I think sometimes it's wrong for the people to have a go at me because of the way that he is. He's older than me. It's not that he doesn't know what he's doing, because he bloody does. Just very short fused. My relatives that's autistic may know that. And what have you, and you probably guess I don't get on with him that well. And he lives next door to me. So I've got family quite close by. I've got my brother next door, my mum lives next door but one. We're in Stone Street at the moment. Have you, and then down here the school is. I don't know how many of you this, but there's now 3 of us who were in the same year at school. Went to the same school together. Now living where I live. There's me, a fella above my mum, and then there's one of the lasses I went to school with lives further down where I live. Now luckily enough they're 2 of the decent ones. See Digger quite often, but I haven't seen the other one yet because she only moved down here about a week or 2 since. But I'll top on her. Know what I mean. But I say it's a small world. Some things. And other things it isn't. Big world I suppose, but what I should have done years ago is get away from my life years ago, doing not much dead end jobs and what have you. Should have, when I had the opportunity, stuck at the access course for university. I started, but with circumstances with my dad being diagnosed mental at the time and him needing looking after, I had to basically, that led me into having a breakdown and what have you. Was sick for a few years. Just after, well, I was about halfway through the access course. I should persevere and stuck at it instead of all giving up. I regret that now, because if I'd done the access course, could have gone into university and what have you, and been a RMN or any other type of nurse now, which is, I know it seems daft, but that's what I wanted to do. I know I'm not that way inclined either. Not doing it, but the breakdown and what have you, I did eventually, well, to leave the job on the sick. I was in the first one, which was well run nursing home. I was healthcare assistant basically, and left that one. I say through ill health. And that, and then I was off a few years. Doing what you should have done something instead of just rest, and then eventually I did get another job. Worked there for about 5 years, and then
Caution,
where
please mind the speed limit.
there's a few things. A lot of the staff said I shouldn't have been dismissed from that job. To what happened, should have been somebody else that was dismissed, but because, right, against it, but was only man working with a lot of women at the end of a night shift, problem resident female, and she'd got herself covered in basically shit, messed herself and smeared it on herself because someone doing mental illness, with dementia and what have you. And then so there's a woman I was working with said, "Oh, I can't deal with her, she's too bad for me, I can't deal with her." Right, fair enough. So I said, "Get was handing with her," and I said, "I'll shower her." More like she was, I know what was up with that woman. She was a lazy fat cow, and her mate was just come in. She worked with, so
Finding a new route.
Shower turned on me and all sorts by this woman. I was supposed to be showering, and that. So I shouted at her. I said, "What do you think you're doing?" I said, "You know better than that." "Well, you're well," I said something a bit stronger than that, but I'll never repeat it. and that. So, what maze?
Caution, please mind the speed.
Somebody heard what I said, didn't like it, and quite rightly reported me, because I would have reported to anybody if I'd heard them say things like you stupid old cow, you stupid bitch, and what have you. It is right. So on basically night shift in that
left.
home, there was 2 staff on, carers on downstairs with a nurse. Nurse was on handover when this happened because it was getting near end of shift. And that, there was 2 carers upstairs and I thought, well, I did buzz her. The woman I was on with never came. So the woman who was floating between up and down had to come down, give me a hand with her, and the daughter who's it's just stood outside the door laughing. I said, she's ignored the buzzer. Yeah.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So and that, right, but
Exit right.
what was it? I got sacked for gross misconduct actually. So I was saying what I said to the resident. So I said, yeah. I said, that's fair enough.
Turn right.
I said, well, what about her ignoring buzzing laughing outside of that? Oh, well, we've already dealt with that in form of a warning. Aye, no, she was best mates with the manager, so she got away with it. I found that out. Now it's happened to her. Now, you know, yes, I did wrong, but she also should have got done for ignoring the buzzer, because we know if buzzers went, we had to answer them within so long. Because it was ringing that long, we went to emergency, yet we stood right above bloody thing where the door just laughing. Instead of telling him I can't deal with her. But obvious, so I just the contract's terminated. I just said, wait, you can shove it up your ass anyway, you tin pot tight ass operation. I said, bear in mind, I said, you maybe not got done for it, but your husband got done for a data breach scandal with something to do with a computer company. There was actually, the owner's husband was banned from owning the company, so everything went in the wives and daughter's name, but he was still running it, but not on paper. Not earned. Yeah, so after a while after that, I did a while go up to a training college in Durham, to where I was, and I did a year up there, residential, where you were in there for, wait, it was about a year's course. And warehousing, deal with that. Right, where you were home, you could go home every weekend or every other weekend there, used to pay you travel expenses, which wasn't too bad because it was Durham and I live about 80 miles from Durham. Up there, and then I got there, was up there a bit, and then there was, because there was also a training centre for like ex-buddies and like the service veterans as well, and been there.
Get ready to turn left.
Did that, and then for a while I wasn't doing too bad at that. I wasn't exactly the best,
Turn
but
left.
I coped with it. Paperwork and what have you.
Finally, we are here.
Where do you want this? Right in the corner. Yeah, so I did that, and then I was up there a few months, and I went on placement, actually. But it wasn't one, it was supposed to be warehousing, but I ended up not warehousing where I was, because not a fault of my own, it's just what they had time and space for to train people. I did that and I worked voluntary at Sharp Foundation, furniture and electrical store for. I did voluntary work there. Then when my course come to an end, Durham, I stayed on with them for a few months, doing a couple of days a week, voluntary, just something to do. So that I did get a little care job. That so obviously with circumstances being how they were, I left that one, so that wasn't my own fault why I left that one. So else why I had to leave. What time is it? Got half an hour, so that's about 300. What I'll take, go over to Kingman, bring that up while I sort out. Yeah. So we are going to Kingman next. And then I'll get driving in a few minutes. So, say, I did the third care job, which was small. As you know, I was there about 2 years. And then my mother got ill, what have you, I left there. And I've been looking after her ever since. So I'm a home carer. Relative. With me, but leaving school I did, like, as you know, care side of things, but I did do other things as well. School I did YTS game, which was basically I was trying to do a job, but it was slave labour. Bricklaying analogy to some of what they were using, so I left there. Went another one, did labouring, that, and then I went on to employment training, did gardening for a bit. Then I did get the opportunity through friends of father, family friend, that I'd like to drive, by the way. So, and that, so then to go bus, which I did, and then an accident because I'd run over when I was about 13, and that with a little bit of a injury, but never used to affect me. So, I say, did pass me PSB, or PCB as it is now, and that, a couple of weeks after doing that, a couple like of runs for him here and there. That was not come up from underneath a wagon, hit me in the head, exactly the same place as I'd already had before. That affected me, and again, I can't take fits, and that's why I'm not driving in real life. But I am medically banned. Not banned for drink or drugs, or that I'm medically banned. So I spend a lot of time on here doing this, and whatever, and I can get short tempered and stuff like that anyway. We'll alter this gearbox to a 10 speed, I think this one is. Yeah. Alter it to a 10. And then we'll check this one. If I'd left it in automatic, it wouldn't need to do this. Do different trucks, but manual's more fun. Yeah, San Diego. Well, we're going to take the 10 speed P. Home to Kingman. Yeah. So we'll take the 18 Trinitays to Kingman. I'll see what's what after that.
Time to hit the road.
There we are. Tesla, which we can get out either way here. The gear's a bit too much for a 10 speed, little engine. If you're wondering about the truck sound, Robbie Nicholas's pack for all the trucks. It's on the workshop anyway.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Why is you see some streamers boot the hell out of trucks manual and don't change it till it gets red light. If they'd actually driven something on all few that do it, because different engines react differently in real life. But I change fairly low because it's always taught. So because the gearbox ratios that the coach had in I drove, I learnt to drive and I drove, which was a 1977 R registration at Bedford,
Keep
45
right,
seater.
and then exit right.
YRT, I think it all. Hang on, was it now?
Exit right.
I don't know, it was one of the others. It had a dual body, so it was heavy bodied, plain dual. They were a lot heavier than the Plaggies, Paxtons. My engine was about clapped in it, but Dad taught me this, and John did, who actually coach it was. Said, yeah, you can rev the nuts out on them, but won't get you anywhere with this. He said, all power's low down in torque, low down. Bloody right. It was a bit slow getting up to speed, but once you got it there, it held it pretty well. But it come to a bank, which was a lot. Used to run between Staithes and Whitby, full run. Sometimes I got the one that went over the moors, other times it was on the straight through. It was straight through one that mainly I got. So I had to go down Life Bank and what have you. Yeah, things in life are sent to try it, and certainly I've been tried on some things. It's just nobody's leads a perfect life, ideal life. They all have their ups and downs, and it's how you deal with it and get over it. And there's real things, emotional scars, but that here and there. And that what have you, and I learnt a long time ago through doing a very basic counselling course, and I'd make myself a bad counselling myself before. From mind, on charity, it's if rather than don't bottle it up, is get help or talk to about it with somebody, or talk with anybody close to you about it. It's fine, somebody will listen, I'll always listen. I don't criticise, and I don't judge either, so So it's better to let it out and keep it in, and problems is just talk about it with somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a total stranger. I'm a good listener. I know I rant and rave about stuff again, but I'm a good listener. And as I say, a very basic counselling course, my job, and I've been on the other end of it. I've had counselling myself and what have you, and that got through, like, the counselling got me 99% cured of a problem I had. The social anxiety developed. So yes, I can be a bit shy at times, but it's who I am. Can't alter myself really. So I'll get this done, dusted. If anybody wants to make a comment about anything that they've seen or that I've moaned about, mentioned, discussed in stream, do so when it becomes a video. Or if you don't want to it with public, you can email me at whitby1975@virginmedia.com. It's a private email address. I'll hearing from you. And also, if you would like to join a small VTC, small friendly VTC, you don't have to be aged over 18. And the minimum mileage requirement is 6,000 miles. That's in ETS2 or ATS, or you can do a combination of them both. We don't mind. And how we apply for us is, there should be a link in the description. If not, I'll tell you what the
Keep left.
yes is. So it's a 3Ws dot Grant and Sons VTlog.net, and you see the application. And to get the VT log through properly, you will need, this is all on the VT log website anyway, you will need to download a small program called Logit, and I recommend you get the Visual Basic bit that goes with it as well. You just install that and you forget about it. When you run your game, it starts automatically for you. You don't need to manually start it or have it start with the PC. It's every time that you start the game, it's already there on for you. Not like truck books. And also get a lot more data and that off the VT log. Yeah, like we get your total mileage in single player, multiplayer. We can manage off obviously both games. You done compare fuel consumptions, which is a grey area because some people use realistic, some people use game default. I use realistic. There's few of them use a default game, so so fuel economy system's a bit wayward, but we can check on total weights carried and things like that. And also what one has over boxes, which is just basically mileage, that's it. And race or rail miles, that's the only comparisons you've got on truck books. You know, it's a bit basic, it's truck books. And also VTL log runs its very own economy system as well, so I'm doing this job here, I'll get, it'll say I'm getting paid. It doesn't affect the economy in game, by the way, this, it's just little economy system truck books has built into it that you earn certain amount per job, with a mile based on whatever you're carrying or things like that. You get your fuel economy per year on there. It works out how much fuel you've used, and then it'll be what your fuel cost. All in its own economy system. So all they do is they do fuel. They have their own prices. It's not based on what's in the game. They have their own prices for the economy system. It works is half your fuel comes from your setting off city, and then half they'll bill to your destination city. So say if you're running, like I am, from California to wherever we're going to, different states, half the fuel at that state's price, half the at the other, works it out. So
Keep left.
You know, it does give you credits back for ferry, some tolls, it does as well. Somebody used to do something with fines, but I'm not too sure if that's working at the moment.
Keep left.
And also now they've got things in it, say if somebody uses money or XP or fuel cheat or anything like that, it knows and detects it, and then it won't count the job. And also if you do any, mainly at the moment it's chassis damage to the truck, they do make deductions for your damage to your truck as well.
Keep left.
Now you might end up doing a job that's say about 2,000-3,000 credits for AT log. You could lose 5,000 or 6,000 or more if you smack your truck up and damage it. So an incentive to drive more correctly, and that's why our BTC went over to BT log quite a while ago now and come off truck books. Like statistical data and that where it gives us, and it's so easy. We know truck books is the more common one and what have you, but once you get used to the BT log, it's brilliant. You don't have to manually input anything with it, it all does it automatically now. And as well as if you're set up right, it'll actually, in the BTC side of Racing's Discord, it actually gives you, it actually tells, actually see what jobs people have done and their income and losses and stuff like that on it. So it's just quite a comprehensive little program. Really, and if you look for your own, you can actually get your jobs
Keep
as a
right.
DM. I
And
do
then turn right.
as well, and you don't need to add your own mileage up because it automatically
right.
totals that up for you. You can see at the end of the month. If you'd like to know more, there is a video Ray did quite a while ago on his channel about VT log. It is quite a while ago now. And they're always improving it, altering things with it as well, so for the better. Like to put the anti-fuel cheats and what have you in. Now this is right. I set up a profile, got the dolt. Right. I haven't got this profile now. It picked up that I'd used the money and XP cheat on it, so it didn't count the job. I did. And what have you. I've done the same for an ETS2 profile, but that's a private one, what I'm doing, because I wanted a bit of a start to do what I'm doing on that profile for now. And it's not one that I stream with either, so now truck books, right, this is log. So you start a new profile, no money cheats, no nothing in. You do your first job, it'll record that first job for you, so you get credited the mileage on it and income and what have you. Truck books, you do the first job, it doesn't count it. So if you do your first job, do another job after that without actually restarting the game or restarting truck books, you don't get the data for that job. Yet a VT log does it automatically for you. You don't need to actually do anything. Where are we going? Going to Kingman. That's where we're up to. Interested. If I haven't bored you all to tears me now, any good virtues of VT log. Another little useful program which you can use, it's free to use. It integrates your game and it works most of the time, is Chucky. That's the information bar, what you see on top. You can either have it, you can have it where you want it on screen, horizontal like that, or you can have it as a vertical box. You can customise it to show the information what you want in it. It's free, and also when you're on XP it'll show that there's, I don't know if this is just Chucky users or how it works on pay, but it'll tell you how many people are on the servers. And also when you get near a city, it'll tell you how many people are in that city, if there's any traffic jams or accidents. This is on MP and what have you, and it's a handy little free program. You can get it to go on a phone as well. Totally free download, or you can make a donation, become a patron or something like that. You do get a few more features, and it has, I put a video on this channel now a few weeks ago. It has its own dispatcher in it, so it's Alt and D. You do dispatcher, so if you have your own truck and you're convoying with a few mates and you can't get off the same job as what they got offered, you can go to the dispatcher and you can set it so you can actually make your own job. So today we're going to Kingman, got tyres on. Right, so say we could do a load from Kingman with, come out of Kingman, say empty pallets, because empty pallets get everywhere, and your mates were going to Denver with a load and you couldn't get the same load as them. Well, you can set it so you can pick up Kingman at the business, empty pallets, destination city, you put Denver and wherever they're dropping off, or a business in Denver, and then you can set it on some of them. It'll let you, if you want single or double or triple, if you can take them and that, then you make it, you save it, and then you come out, you close it down, you load your latest auto saving, and then the job should be there in the freight market for you. Then you can just go and pick it up and do the job as normal. It's pretty simple to work. Well, it's very similar to Speditor, but I never really liked Speditor, but this one I can work pretty well easy enough. Not that I've had to do it for a while. But I say there's a video on this channel about using the dispatch side of Chucky, and got a few views on it, and one of the comments actually was, he did, and he just put good video, on which I wasn't expecting anything off them because didn't share anything in their site. But when you get, it's actually when you get odd comment now and again from developer or something, that gives you a little bit of pride in stuff, and I'm proud of that because it's first developer comment that I've had, and I've been uploading for a couple of years, so I thought I'd fluffed it when I was setting it up with that. Took a dispatch, it works for ETS2 or ATS. Single or multiplayer. Multiplayer's a little bit different, but it's not drastically different. If you pay for it, believe it and teleport you to location. If you don't, you have to drive. Obviously you select it in freight market like you normally do, but it normally highlights it for you. And that. Then you just go pick and select it and pick it up like you normally would. Then you load out the freight market. And you can do dispatch if you've got your own, say you've got your own. Let's say I'll just use ATS for an example here. 53-foot dry van. They said it to do. It'll only give you what loads would normally go in that trailer. So you do it with freight market, which is where you just take the business's trailer, or cargo market where you can use your own, so you can actually do quite a lot with it. It's not complicated or anything like that. It works nearly every time for me. I've had one or two occasions when it hasn't, because the only downfall and sped it is the same. Day my truck was in Las Vegas when I wanted to take a
Go straight on.
load from Kingman. If I did it when I was in Las Vegas, it would do that because it goes off your last auto save, so you have to have a last auto save, or what other method? I use auto save, don't use quick save. That reminds me of an old supermarket in the UK, but that's might have buy that one because they're no longer. But just do it auto save or quick save. You know the auto saves what the game does automatically anyway every now and again. Oh, it's on the most current one. And I was in Las Vegas, so I took the job from Kingman. I'd teleport up to Kingman. Then I'll come out the game, log back in, then do the dispatch and procedure for that, and normally get it then, but getting habituated on too long. Don't think I'll be doing another job after this one.
Right.
Anyway, so
Exit right. Turn right.
speaking of the devil, we're in Kingman.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left. ready to turn left. Turn left. Here we are, safe and sound.
I've got this set on random parking, so it's not a difficult park, this one. I'll drop this load off. Not quite finished yet. Don't worry about that. It won't be long. So it's only 9. I will start putting some in distance and what have you before long, so let's see if I can get a truck with what we've got. Right. What have we got? 168. Right, so I think we'll customise one of these. There's the roof one. Been on the 6 before with what we're doing. Engine wise, I'll put a sensible one in it. I won't go for a Cat 500 in. We'll have the 18s, normal 18 in it. Carrier wise, well, as stock. Do get some skins with it, but you can't alter them, so we'll go custom colour. Okay. I forgot to save that. Right, so go for purple. Right, so carrier light in it. Better having that on front and some bits from the FLP on it, because we've got both of them in here. That one. Should really do this off screen, shouldn't I? But see how far we can get. Just don't want to go too far. We only have 168. Where is it? Go for that one. Get on with. Gonna put it in there, that's why. That's a coffee holder. You know, I don't know where some of these things are. Few of these on. Can't put any flashy ones in here because there isn't any. Doesn't matter with them. Oh, don't need a bull bar. Look ugly on these. Just go for the plain bumper. No, that doesn't work. Oh, yeah, what bother down there? Do for them. Yes, it is compatible with the Goodyear pack. I've just found out. For that'll do. Got an exhaust on it, unless there's any more. Yeah, let's see what I can get inside this. Well, better. GPS in it. Toxin some Pepsi in there and see if there's anything. Your main mirrors. Got put no up corner. Confirm that and purchase it. And we'll get to use this now in the next stream. Cutscene coming in. Plain it, simplest, it'll get the job done. I will alter the gearbox in a bit. Right. So I'm gonna end there. So thank you for watching and playing with me, and that's all. Next time, bye now. Bye. I might do a couple of test runs off stream with this truck, see what it's like. So bye now. Take care everybody. I'm out and I'm gone. Bye.